Start this out. I have some new shit I'm trying out as well. I'm old as fuck. I'm so old.
How old are you?
How old am I? How old am I? Okay, I'm so old that my jeans come all the way up to here. And so do my underwear. See? Jeans, underwear. Jeans, underwear. Jeans, underwear. And you know what? These are super comfortable. I just gave up on sexy underwear. A guy's gonna have to be really fucking charming to get me out of these. I'll tell you that right now. I think that is part of the key to sexy underwear. They're so uncomfortable, you want to get it off as fast as possible, which makes it more likely that somebody's gonna slip a dick in there. Just sneak a dick in there. So, this is birth control. This is birth control. Other new stuff I'm working on. Okay. I'm old and I'm cranky. I love dogs. Any other dog lovers in the house? Woo-hoo! Dogs are magnificent. I love dogs so much that I currently don't have one. Because I believe a dog should be provided a certain lifestyle, and I can't do that right now. I put that out there because I might get real unpopular real fast. Because when did every place become a fucking dog park? I was at Home Depot in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, and no exaggeration, every other person had at least one dog. Listen to me carefully, at least one dog. That means some people had multiple dogs. There was a little old broad that had 5 yappers in her cart and didn't seem to be shopping at all. I think she might have been lost. She should have been at the senior center. I saw a tiny, tiny lady with an 8-month-old Rottweiler. You know how she was just water skiing through the store. The dog was dragging her around. I go to Home Depot a lot because I have an old shitty house. I knew where I needed to go and where I needed to go to get out. I was in there 10 minutes and I saw 3 almost dog fights. 3 in 10 minutes. All right, dog lovers, I don't notice a lot of dogs here tonight. Why is that? Why is that? Because you made a fucking plan! You realize that this might not be an appropriate place for a dog and left him at home. So, my summation is, I don't hate dogs, but I'm really starting to hate dog people. They can fucking jump in a lake and drown. So I do a lot of drugs. I do a lot of psychedelic drugs.
You don't say.
I do. So, here's the deal. I am intentionally abstinent, which is very unusual in comedy. And a lot of times when I say that around young females, and they see this gray hair, they think I might be judging them on their slutageous ways. No. I have a solid theory about pussy availability that I came upon during an acid trip. Pussy availability is an eternal continuum. The amount of pussy getting pounded tonight is the same amount of pussy that got pounded last night, and the same amount of tuna that's getting towed to Pound Town tomorrow night. So what that means is there's no such thing as a slutty young lady. I retired. There are just unfortunate souls picking up my slack. Because you better believe when I was younger, there were more loads dropped here than a discount laundromat. There's been more clips dumped here than a country music festival in Las Vegas. Oh, hey, my tubes are tied. No children died in that mass shooting, I promise you. They were safe. Yeah. So yeah, I'm so single, I redecorated my bedroom with some neon lights that I stole from a gas station. They just slowly flash. Service. Only. Service. Only. And that's just in case I forget. Because doing this, believe it or not, I do get hit up on by very young men that want to get their milk card punched. Yeah, it's kind of gross. In my opinion, if you're young enough to have fallen out of this pussy, you have no business trying to crawl up in it. lie, when I first got divorced, I did take a couple trips to Cougar Town. I did. I'm neither ashamed nor proud of this. And I developed a very strong opinion about younger men. They are a lot like the pockets in women's dress slacks. Shallow, useless, completely cosmetic. So I promise you, if you catch me with a 22 in my mouth, it's going to be a caliber, not a person. I promise you. And then guys my own age are just a nightmare. Dating in your 50s is exactly like shopping for a jigsaw puzzle at a thrift store. I guarantee you, there are some pieces missing. I guarantee that. And on top of it all, when you get it assembled, the picture you end up with doesn't match what was on the box. I bought a basket full of fuzzy kittens. I got an emotional tornado tearing apart my personal trailer park. Not worth it. And then on top of it all, guys in my age group were raised on 80s rom-coms. You guys remember or are familiar with 80s rom-coms? A lot of the storylines go like this. Girl says no means that the guy should try harder. Cute in the 80s, but in 2023, very rape adjacent. I had one of these fuckers trying to get clever with me, and this was his clever tack. He's like, Tanya, I know you're a nerd, so here's what I propose. You choose the game, and if you win, I leave you alone. But if I win, we fuck. It was pretty easy. I only had to think a second before I said, Russian roulette! Because either way, I win. If you take the bullet, you're dead! And I don't have to listen to this happy horseshit anymore. And if I take the bullet, you're stuck pumping away at my slowly cooling corpse. Are you guys ready to get this show on the road? Woo! All right. Next up is Adam Brennan.